Please subscribe the channel for more videos. We promise to keep you entertained. An insane boy is hitting his head against the stone and jumping in front of a train. On the other hand, Cage New has reached their destination and wishes the best of luck to the girls of Shadow Garden. At the age of 15, he enrolls in the same school as his sisters. This is a super prestigious school for all inside and outside the kingdom. It is a medieval tile hierarchical community, and still he manages to get in there instead of having background character in the outside world. He is now treated as a mediocre background character and placed lower in dorms and buses. This teases him and he wishes to be in the upper dorms just like his sister. For this, he has to become champion at the Bushin festival. They discuss a penalty for yesterday's test, which is to confess love to the most beautiful lady in the school. However, this never turns out to be beautiful because he has to face the brutal rejection by her in the front of whole school. His mates expect to honor his sad words and perform the penalty. He travels in a full stuffed bus meant for the background characters and spends most of the time with these losers. They reach the school where a boy was proposing to the goddess of the campus. He gets insulted when she brutally rejects his proposal in front of the school. Indeed, she belongs to a political family and wants to marry a wealthy political boy after graduation. Cage New's mates ask him not to lose hope after this incident. However, he is much more confident. He, with a shivering voice and in a super mediocre way, confesses her love for the same girl. He was sure he would get a horrible rejection, but his eyes widened when he hears yes from the most beautiful girl on campus. Everyone is amazed to see this miracle. How background character is dating the goddess of the campus. Her name is Alexia. The boys are jealous and the girls are amazed. Everyone is wondering how she can say yes to his proposal. Even he was also not expecting this. In the cafeteria, Cage New's mates are discussing this super bizarre thing and mourning about losing their chance. Suddenly, she comes nearby and asks to join them. They are all jaw-dropping surprised and start slaughtering. A gossip all over the atmosphere of the cafeteria arises as she is sitting in the lower nobility seats for the first time. The royal food is served, but she wants to try the ordinary one. Cage New gulps all her royal food and enjoys it. She also wants to join Section 9, which is the lowest one in the school. Cage New agrees and they both are in the same section now. The princess also makes him join the traditional bush in Section 1 and the instructor welcomes him. They are excited to see his powers as a background character. He fights with the princess and analyzes that she has slow movements. She doesn't use magic and violates the basic rules of matching each other's powers in this practice. She later copies his stretches and doesn't review their strokes and counter strikes. She is super plain, although her plainness is the result of so much effort and she has practiced a lot to achieve this. She also mentions his sister, who is now one of the strongest warriors in the Drac Knights. After the fight, the princess hates his style as he is not doing but copying her. The instructor asks for her final decision about dating him. She agrees and the instructor laughs at that. She reveals that the instructor is the one who wants to get engaged to her and she accepts Cage New's proposal to avoid this engagement. Cage New refuses to help her and wishes not to attract the whole school's attention. Princess also states that she has accepted his proposal because she doesn't want to lose the bet with her best friends. She bet with them lastly that if she did not confess fake love, she would make every day in this academy trouble for them. Now he has to act fake love in front of the whole school to live peacefully. He has no choice but to accept the offer and he can stop right after the instructor loses interest in the princess. Cage New is not interested and looks whinny because he knows he will not give up that earlier. Cage New doesn't see the ending well, but she ensures that she is responsible for whatever the conclusion is. She tosses a shining coin and drops it on the floor. He asks if she finds him that greedy. She replies, yes. Cage New jumps over the coin to hold it and says that you are right. She tosses another coin and he picks it up from his mouth. She considers him a good doggy and tosses another one. They spend the next day together as boyfriend girlfriend. The whole school calls Kejnu a gold digger. The princess considers the instructor infuriating because he is arrogant about his sword skills. That's why she doesn't like him. Princess is very prudent in public, but in real, she is a whirlwind of insults in spite. Kejnu always agrees with her point because debating with her about anything is useless. They are having a conversation while eating ice cream. Kejnu asks about the problem with marrying the instructor, as he has the status, power, fame, and everything to make her happy. But she even hates his existence and his perfectness. She likes a person who is real inside and outside, even an average with a mediocre lifestyle. She gives him a coin again as a reward for agreeing with her argument. While traveling on the bus, she discusses their lives. The princess tells him everything he thinks of him, and she sees him as mysterious. Kejnu asks about her dull behavior today. She then tells him that she always wanted to be as strong as his sister Iris, but even though she tried her best, she could not beat and turned her way out. She finds her way to become strong and looks where she is now. Everybody calls her a fencer ordinary. She thinks the Kejnu's fencing style is as ordinary as hers. That's the thing she likes in him. She thinks of it as unfortunate, but Kejnu terms it fortunate and tells her that he likes her fencing style. She tells him that her sister said that same thing to her when she lost the Bushin festival last time. It was so sad feeling for her at that time. However, he ensures her that he likes her fencing style because he feels just like her. She points a sword at him, but he doesn't reply. After this, she leaves the bus. He thinks that this is the end of this unwanted relationship. Kejnu's friends ask him if he has dated the princess for 2 weeks. He refuses and they curse him for losing the golden chance. In the meantime, they hit the instructor. He asks for the princess because she has been missing since last night, and Kejnu was the last person she contacted. Now he is in big trouble. Everyone there is holding on their swords and ready to kill him at merely one command by the instructor. He instantly surrenders in front of the crews and bows down on his knees. We see the princess is in charge of an evil doctor who calls its blood royal. A demonic creature with one bloody eye and a large hump is in chains nearby. The doctor comes nearby and takes out the blood of the princess. On the other hand, Kejnu is tied with ropes and schoolboys are torturing him. They think that he has kidnapped the princess, so they are asking for her. But he knows nothing and says no to every asked question. They stab nails into his thighs and he screams for his life. The doctor takes out the blood continuously and suddenly becomes insane by remembering his devastating past. Some idiots ruined his laboratory, where his science experiment was about to complete. He turns crazy and starts hitting the nearby demonic creature. The princess is not scared but calm. She asks him to complete his odd experiment with her blood. The school authorities are anxiously investigating the kidnapping. They all think that Kejnu is responsible for her kidnapping because he was the last person seen with her. The authority is also a princess and she is Alexia's sister. Kejnu's sister reaches there and asks for his brother. She wants to save him from those cruel schoolboys. Although Alexia and her sister used to be very friendly, but now they never talk to each other. She remembers their old memories. Kejnu is set free because no allegations go again against him. He meets a suspicious girl on the way home and she is Alpha. She is present at his apartment and already waiting for him with food. She heard that Kejnu is in trouble, so she is here to see him. She informs him that the Eminence of Shadows is working well and they have enhanced their abilities recently. They are also investigating a lot about the cult. She informs him that it is the cult who has kidnapped the princess because they always crave royal blood. She also asks permission to dispose of the boys who investigated him. He refuses to harm them anyway and appreciates their dedication to their work. The princess is in awful condition and syringes are all over her body. She is half awake and half asleep. Kejnu is at a place where he admires all antique items and puts a letter there as a final touch. He is actually in the royal capital. He states that he had done all those things. A fake relationship with the princess was searching for the eminence of shadows. Now he has to wait. The time has come. Delta enters, and he informs her that the night of shadow has come. They plan to launch attacks on all the Fanasect tied out simultaneously. The Diablos cult will scatter throughout the capital and search for traces of the Princess Alexia magic. She is narrating the whole plan of the Eminence of Shadows, and he decides to prelude. Tonight the world would know them. Two schoolboys from the investigating team hit him in the street, and he kills them with his superpowers. Kejnu says that till sunlight this would be all finished. Delta is taking notes of all this. He destroys several places in the city, and the whole battalion is in action now to figure it out. The princess of the school orders all boys to take immediate action to find the suspect. On the other hand, the doctor injects a devastating prototype into the demonic creature. It changes into a colossal devil and it kills the doctor. The creature breaks all the chains and the princess is set free. The devil monster moves into the city and scares the whole public. Princess Alexia is trying to return, and he finds a boy from the school. He funded the doctor for research and is involved in her kidnapping. With the princess's blood and the doctor's research, he can get the 12th seat in the rounds. Rounds are the 12 highest ranking knights in the order, which means knights of the rounds. He would be the highest rank among them, and it would bring money and fame. He talks about harming her sister. He is the same boy in the school's authorities who had been handling the investigation of the kidnapping case of Alexia. She is super aggressive and attacks him with a sword. He counterattacks and insults her ordinary powers. After several flips and tricks, he defeats her and makes her bow down on her knees. Suddenly, they hear footsteps. It is Kejnu in his pure black attire of Eminence of Shadows, and the episode ends here. Please subscribe the channel for more such videos and let us know in the comments about your favorite part of the video. Thank you for watching.